Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield here at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool at nearly 1 a.m. with my favourite person in show business, a legend and icon turning 90 in just a couple of weeks. Ken Dodd, how are you?
Why are you trying to borrow money off me? You're just trying to butter me up. It's not proper butter either. I'm sure some of that was margarine. What are you trying to say, Alex? Ladies and gentlemen, this person in front of me, I tell you now, a young man. Now, I have the greatest respect for youth, but I think he's got denim trousers, and he's sitting here with his shirt hanging out. Now, is that really Savile Row? Do the upper classes, do they really go around with their shirt hanging? Young men with their shirts hanging out. It looks as though they've just been interrupted.
Why are you making this about me?
And he's sitting here. He's squirming a bit. He's squirming because he doesn't like being put on the spot. This is the tables turned. This is the interviewee getting his own back onto the quizmaster. Now he seems a nice enough lad. I don't know.
Don't look at my hair.
I don't know who the hell cuts his hair, but honestly, he's in the Tufty Club.
Can we talk about you?
He's in the Tufty. He's got red hair and it's Tufty.
Can we talk about you?
I'm sure he wears makeup. I think he wears makeup. Anyway, we'll gloss over that. But he's sitting rather awkwardly here with his legs crossed. God, heaven knows what he's been up to, but. He's doing his best to try and to be a sort of a qualified interviewer. Go on then, ask the questions. I'll tell you what, they always ask, where's your favourite theatre?
I'm not interested in that.
When are you going to retire?
Not interested in that.
And what do you think of the young comedians?
Not interested in that either.
Well, ask your question then.
I've just watched 5.5 hours of the most glorious variety and stand-up.
No, it seems like 5.5 hours. You must tell the truth. It seems like... I do go on a bit, I know that.
It started at just after 7 and ended just after midnight. That's 5.5 hours. Yeah. Congratulations. I thought you were better tonight than I've seen you in ages. You seem to have a special energy. Where did you get it from?
Well, a lot of the time I was apologising, don't forget. The energy, I tell you, Alex, the energy, no, it comes from, that's easy. The energy comes from in front of me, the audience. The audiences are wonderful. British audiences are the greatest, the most fabulous in the world. Hey, why do you think they all come into Britain, London and other places as well, all over Britain, to play British theatres? Why do they go? Because the audiences are the greatest audience in the world. Not, I don't mean to say that they're just pie, that they're easy. No, they're very, very discerning. A British audience is very clever, very clever. They have an intellectual mark of I would see at least 50. No, they're wonderful. They're wonderful audiences.
They had to open the gallery tonight here at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool.
They give them parachutes as well. Yeah, they give them parachutes. They can have a cushion to sit on because they're only bare boards, and they get a parachute in case you want to leave in a hurry.
Is it still shocking that after 60, coming on 70 years in the business, you're still packing theatres and still getting standing ovations? Does that ever become normal?
It's not shocking. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's because I... all right, then I'll tell you what it is. This is my autumn statement. If the politicians can do it, I can do it. You're coming up to a significant birthday, and yes, it happens. You realise you have to make a review. You have to make a review of your life so far. What is important, what you've enjoyed, any bits you didn't enjoy. It's like a journey, actually, isn't it? And on that journey, there's quite a few speed bumps. There's one or two diversions. They're a bit unnerving, actually, because you don't know where you're going to end up. And the cones, the dreaded cones. 17, 18 miles of cones. And then they have the cheek to put a notice of mind out for the workforce in the road. What workforce? I've never seen anybody working yet. It's an invisible workforce. The phantom work. Anyway, Well, why did I have to do so much at a time? Anyway, that's just a complaint. That's just a complaint of someone who drives a lot. I to do all my touring shows up, down, here, sideways. I'm like a human yo-yo, going up and down the motorway, up to northeast, up to Scotland, being brave and playing Glasgow and Dunfermline, going down again to the posh one next week, Harrogate. Here we are in Blackpool, all the summer, the autumn season. What a beautiful theatre. This is the Grand Theatre, a Matcham theatre, possibly one of the most beautiful examples of Frank Matcham's architecture. A gorgeous, beautiful theatre. Because the audience, for an entertainer, for a comic, it's there in front of you. All of them there. Oh, wonder. It's a delight to play. So there you are. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing it now. I've been doing it now for, well, you know, I don't, a few years anyway. And it's part of me. It's what I do. It's what I do, and I'm doing it just for you.
I don't think anybody can have done more hours on stage in the world than you. Do you ponder what you've given back to humanity? Because I know you talk a lot in your show about happiness, but nobody has given more hours of happiness on stage.
What the heck are you doing? Big words like humanity. If your mother heard you using language like that, she'd wash your mouth out with soap and water. No. The autumn statement is this. Looking back through my life, one word comes to mind. Don't be nervous. Don't be frightened. It's called love. Love. There's all different kinds of love. I don't mean sexy love, you know. Well, I do, because there's all different kinds of love. You could count them off in your hand. There's love. There's love of romance. There's love of family. There's love of your offsprings. There's love of with you, of course. It's the stories you've told me about when you were a radio presenter, and the way you loved all those people you worked with, all your editors and sub-editors and
Don't be naughty.
They were really very touching stories. Several times, I'm sure I saw you shed a few tears that you weren't still back on Radio Leeds. But love's been very good to me. I had a marvellous, wonderful mother and father, brother and sister. Fabulous family I had. I've had fabulous audiences. I've had wonderful, wonderful friends who have helped me and have assisted me. Yeah. So my life really has been one long love life, yeah.
And I don't think anybody's had more love thrown at them than you. I mean, you've had more standing ovations and more applause than probably any entertainer in history. That must be so fulfilling to feel that.
You'll have to edit that out, you know, because if people talk about me and my love of people, and then you start talking about standing ovations, I think you could be on dangerous ground. I won't sue you, but I think the people who you broadcast from, they don't like this sort of pornographic material, you know.
We've talked.
Have you got a pornograph to play it on?
We've talked about the last 90 years. What's next? I mean, celebrations for your birthday party?
90 years? I haven't done 90 years, you daft.
You've been on the planet 90 years.
Have I? Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Well, I remember being born.
You remember being born?
I remember the day I was born, yeah. It was black, and then suddenly there was a bright light, and I emerged, and some lady was smacking my back end. I said, "Here, missus, what do you think you're doing?" She said, "I'm helping you to breathe." I said, "Look, I don't know, but you're doing it all wrong, you know, love. You're doing it all wrong. You could pour me a lager. That might brighten the day a bit." But I did. I had an idyllic childhood. And I was taken. My dad he loved variety theatres, and he used to take us every week to a theatre in Liverpool called the Shakespeare Theatre, the Shakespeare Theatre Varieties in Fraser Street, and there I saw all the great comedians, all the great English comedians, the great Irish comedians, the great Welsh comedians, the great Scots comedians. I saw these wonderful men who came on stage, and all shapes and sizes, in big baggy check suits, and told the audience jokes, and everybody fell about laughing. I thought, right, that's the job I want. That's the job I've got to do. I did, didn't I? Yes, he'll tell you. That's Dickie Mint.
You've spent 90 years on this planet building your reputation. What do you want people to say about you? That you're a great singer, a great comedian, a great entertainer, or just a man that loved to laugh?
It's not what they're going to say about me. That doesn't matter what they say about me. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. That's what an audience is. An audience is a group of people who either, No, it's what I think about them. What do I think about them? I think they're wonderful, fabulous. An audience, the posh actors call it establishing rapport. Rapport. That's acting. Gracie Fields used to say it was a silver thread from the performer on the stage to the audience, and I call it building a bridge. And once you've built that bridge from you to the audience, and they become your friends, and they become you tickle their chuckle muscles, and you give them a good feeling of laughter. Laughter, it's a laugh. It's like feeling good all over.
Sell-out shows, Sir Ken Dodd, turning 90. This is a year to celebrate, isn't it?
Don't you say I'm turning. I'm not turning anything. I'm becoming, and all that. But it doesn't matter. And I don't care. You can insult me as much as you like, and you can say how old I'm not old.
I haven't used the word old once.
My body is. My bones are old. My big toe is old, and the other big toe is just behind him as well. What else is old? Oh, I've got a few corns that are old. I've got a bit of old dandruff if you want some. What else have I got? I've got 1 or 2 beauty spots, but I can only tell you about those by arrangement.
But one of the most magnificent brains
but I've
ever.
I've got up here, inside this skull, there's a thing called a mind. A mind and a brain. And that's about, how old do you say? 18, I think. I think about 18 or 21. Yeah, I'm so grateful, so thankful for all the imagination that's been given to me. The idea of being able to imagine things. Imagine how men's legs get lonely in your trousers in the dark all day. Just an occasional flash of sunlight. These are all these amazing thoughts. If you could transfer parts of your body if you could have another mouth on the top of your head. Think about it. Let your imagining. That's one of the most wonderful gifts. We're given many gifts, young Alex. We're given the gift of sight and hearing and all sorts of wonderful gifts. Breathing, that's a good one. Don't stop doing that. But we've also been the magical gift of thinking. Thinking. Yes. I think, therefore I is.
What a life. What a career. Thank you for being my friend. I love you very much. You are the greatest entertainer we've ever had, as you proved tonight. Turning 90 and doing 5.5 hours, having them on their feet at the end is a tremendous achievement. And I hope you know how loved and respected and cared for you are. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the laughter. Ken Dodd.
He's trying to borrow money. He is. Only someone who's trying to borrow money uses phrases like that. Yes. I'm going to tell your mother about you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.